Hey guys, Leon here. Welcome to the lab. Episode 6 of Leon in the Lab starts right now. Can't believe we're already on episode 6. This one is a really special episode for me. My good friend Nicole Burk joins me in the lab. Really cool person. I've known her for a while. She's a kick-ass collector from Toronto. You guys may know her from her time on Views from the Vault. She spent a couple Fridays with us as a guest host. Someone really cool and interesting to bring in the lab. She has a really cool story to tell. She's paying homage to some family members who worked on the Sky Dome. For those who don't know, that's the stadium for the Toronto Blue Jays. We tell a real cool story there. And then 2 other hats. One with her favorite soccer player, and the other being an off-the-cuff hat. So hope you guys enjoy the episode. We had a lot of fun creating some cool hats, and hopefully you'll see them in production very, very soon. Again, shout out to the show's sponsor, Pro Image Sports Colorado. You'll be seeing some of these hats that we do create on this show in their stores, hopefully very, very soon. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoy episode 6. I'll be back to recap it when it's all done. All right, we got Nicole Burk in the lab today. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nick, you are a fellow hat collector, so welcome to the show. Thank you for taking your time out your busy schedule to join me in the lab. Hopefully we create some cool stuff for people to see. But before we start, I guess let's get a little bit of a background on you so people can get to know you a little bit better before we start making stuff. How did you start collecting hats? What kind of sparked your interest in collecting?
I've always kind of been a person who wore hats.
Okay.
Collecting wasn't really a thing for me up until about, I would say, 4 years ago. I would just, again, being Canadian, we don't have a whole lot of opportunities. So I would pretty much just end up picking up hats here and there at the J shop or my local lids. Kind of altered or switched back and forth between snapbacks, fitteds, but back to fitteds now for sure. But yeah, it's been only about the last 4 years, I would say, that I've really been back to collecting.
Cool.
Yeah.
You mentioned some of the different, I guess, drawbacks for us as Canadians. We're always dealing with different things. Certain stores not being able to ship to us. Looking at you, newarea.com. And we're dealing with duties and exchange rate and high shipping costs. Like, what are your kind of strategies when it comes to like sourcing new product to collect? Do you utilize friends over the border, or do you do any reshipping?
I have a friend that lives in New York, and I end up sending stuff to her from time to time if there's something that I really am looking for that I can't get here, and then I'll wait till there's a couple and then have them send it over here. So I've taken advantage of that way. I've not used a reshipper yet.
Okay.
But it was something I looked at one point. But kind of try to do my best as much as possible to stick to the local shops and the places that do ship here, because it cuts down on those additional costs that can add up for sure.
Yeah. That's cool. One hot topic when it comes to collectors is display. How do you go about to display your collection?
You can see kind of part of it in the back here. I've got a couple of those shoe racks, and I have them sorted mostly in by side patch, and then in color by side patch for the most part. And then
Nice.
I've got a couple of shelves that I use more as like display, where I've got only 2 or 3 hats on the shelf, just ones that I more or less want to show off, that are kind of more important, that are more important to me, that mean something additional.
Mhm.
Uh, that's pretty much how I have them sorted. It's worked pretty good so far. I've thought about switching to just straight colored, but I think having the side patches be different would bother me.
There's a lot of different levels of OCD that kicks
It
in when it
really, it
comes to
really
sorting,
is. Yeah,
sorting your collection. For me, it used to be color,
yeah,
and then it became impossible to find stuff, and then it became like teams. But then teams started overflowing. Then it had to be specific types of
yeah,
teams. So then it would be like, oh, team on field, team fashion, and then when stores really got involved and stores really had a really specific style, I started separating it. Like, okay, so these are my Pirates hats from Hat Club. Now these are
yeah.
my Arizona hats from Hat Club. These are my Bisons from my fit. So
Hmm.
it gets yeah, it's very complicated, but
Yeah,
at least I know where everything is usually.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so storage is
Luck-
also always a thing.
yeah, it is. Luckily for me, I'm pretty much like, I would say 95% Jays.
Okay,
So separating by team is not too crazy for me yet. I do have, a handful of Dodgers and Pirates hats because they're two of my other favorite teams.
cool.
Um, but it's predominantly Jays.
Okay, is there like a particular item or a particular piece you've always kind of dreamt about adding to your collection?
Um, Not that I can think of at this moment that is
Okay,
something that I'm really searching for.
all right.
Yeah, off the top of my head at this moment.
All right, cool. Um, you are here though to make a very specific piece, and I'm really
Yes,
excited about
yes.
doing that with you. So, you had originally brought this idea up, and I think it's such a cool idea, and it's such a piece of untold history. I think
Mm.
for Jays fans, it's something that you might not notice or you may notice, but I think it's something that makes the Skydome so iconic. Yeah, and sorry, I could still call it the Skydome. It's never going to be the Rogers Center to me.
It will always
Um,
be it will always be the Skydome.
yeah, so tell me a little bit um, of the backstory of what we're doing and why you're here.
Yeah. So, um, there's that saying, home is where the heart is. Well, around here, as you know, we have the saying, home is where the dome is. Like you said, it
Mhm.
will always be the Sky Dome to us. And so I've had this idea for a couple of years now, because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've seen hats hooked to Vicks Vapor Rub and
Mhm.
Tide and all these things, but I don't think that we've seen a hat hooked to the stadium itself.
Okay, so
I could be wrong.
I know I know like Boston for sure has made
Yes.
there's been some like kind of like green monster-ish green hats.
Got you.
I know like teams have stadium patches, but that's not
Yeah.
necessarily a hook to the stadium.
Hmm.
Um I do have I don't have it on me, but I do have one that is hooked to a stadium that will be
Hmm.
releasing. It will probably be released by the time people are seeing this, so we could talk about that off air.
Ah, gotcha.
Um, um, yeah, so yeah, I don't think off the top of my head, I don't think there's that many
Yeah.
um, things hooked to a stadium. I know John Ratner and I mocked up one on during his episode where we mocked up the
Mm,
Rochester Stadium, Frontier
you're right.
Park.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I do remember.
but yeah, no, you might be onto something new. So I'm excited
So
about
it
getting
was
this
it
started.
was just something that I thought of. I do, as you kind of alluded to, there's a piece of the Rogers Center now, of the Skydome.
Mhm.
Um, I still am used to saying Rogers Center, even though I don't like it, from
Yeah.
the years that I worked there. Um, that I have a kind of unique connection to. So on the northeast and northwest corner, so gates 1 and 14, there are two statues known as the audience. And they were designed by a well known Canadian artist named Michael Snow, who happens to be my great uncle. If anybody's been to the Eaton Center, there are also your favorite bird, Leon, a bunch of Canadian geese hanging from the ceiling. They are also Michael Snow designs.
Ooh.
Yeah. But these two welcome everybody that are coming down the street from Blue Jays Way or across the bridge on John Street coming to the ballpark. And they're just a whole bunch of figures of different people that you would see in the stands, basically.
Yeah. And they were here since the stadium opened?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I've always like seen them. I've always like kind of noticed them.
As far
when you
as
walk by, they're huge.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, I'm pretty positive. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like huge. Either I'm assuming brass, could be gold, but they're gold looking huge statues that you can't miss them if you're walking by. And yeah, it's just always something that you see and you never really think twice about it. You're like, okay, cool, there's statues up there, but outside of that, I think it's going to be a really cool tribute piece that we work on. So that's the picture for everyone to see. And what colors do you think we will need in this piece?
So in addition to that, I was looking at when I first had it in my head, I was looking at the stadium as a whole.
Yeah.
So I had thought about doing a stone crown.
Okay.
And I thought about doing, I'm not sure how it would look totally, but I thought about doing an optic white front panel.
Okay.
Only because when you look at the stadium, and in particular also when you're sitting in the seats, if the dome is opened into itself, it kind of looks like the front of a hat with the white.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I thought about that.
Okay.
In where I was originally thinking of incorporating the audience, I was kind of thinking of doing those front two eyelets as a because they're on the two sides of the stadium.
Okay.
But if we're
eyelets, okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Do you want those eyelets to be gold?
I was thinking, like, I don't know what other metallics they have. If gold was like the only option, then yeah, gold. But they are definitely more bronzy or like brassy.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, let's pull it up. Let's take a look. Damn. So we're coloring eyelets now. Okay, that's different. I did not expect that term.
Just those two. I don't know. It is wild. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably not gonna stay.
I think. All right. So hold on. We're gonna need these threads probably, and I'm thinking that the eyelets actually count as fabric and not threads. I think I'm gonna need to confirm on that, but this would. I mean, you can make them metallic gold or metallic silver. I don't know if there's anything else besides that as a fabric choice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's an interesting take. Okay. And then what colors for the rest of the crown? Are we gonna go like a darker gray?
So it was a
blue.
Yeah, I was thinking of the crown itself being stone, the front being optic.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about doing a blue on the upper visor.
Okay.
And then just a Kelly under.
Okay, I like that. Blue.
I was actually thinking of making that
Oh,
button a green.
green. Okay.
Why?
All
Because
right.
so it's the audience is definitely a part that I want to incorporate. The hat idea was just a general like overall um, for the building as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is where the stone and the white. The green, I don't know. It might not work out, but the green I was thinking of was for Domer,
Domer.
the mascot.
I don't remember if I remember Domer the mascot. He's the original mascot
Yeah,
before Ace.
the turtle.
I don't even remember.
What?
This is
It's on
embarrassing.
my shirt. This guy.
Okay. All right. Shout out Domer. I mean, this is cool. This reminds me kind of. I don't know if you remember when we played the All Star game in Washington and they brought back like the
Yeah,
fake pinwheel hats. This reminds me of
yeah,
that. So I'm
yeah.
assuming this would be stone, right?
Tonal.
You want that
Yeah,
to be stone? Yeah.
yeah.
All right. What logos are we playing with? 9-1 All Star.
Hmm.
All right, and then regular Jay's logo at the front. What are we doing?
Yes, yeah. Flat J's logo.
Okay, cool. I like it. Is there any reason behind this All Star game patch,
Um,
or it's just it kind of matched the dates?
other than it's one of my favorite side patches, and for the Blue Jays, and it's kind of like the first big event at Rogers Center or at the Skydome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I also like that if you look at the original Skydome like word mark, it has
It's
that
that
same
font.
kind of flourish and burst. So
Yeah, it's the same
yeah.
font, and it's shaped like a dome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll pull the flat logo. The one in the book um, doesn't end it properly.
Oh.
I need to find an alternate one. So flat version of this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How are we coloring it?
I was thinking of keeping it original, but then I also thought about seeing what we do with the side patch.
Okay.
Because I am
So we can start with the patch.
Yeah, let's start with the side patch. Because I am kind of at times a little OCD with having the side patch match the front logo.
Mm-hmm.
So if we, depending on what the side patch ends up looking like, I may want to keep.
Yeah, no problem. Hold on. My OCD won't let me let that live, so I have to just get rid of that. All right. So what were you thinking we do?
So the original Skydome colors were like a navy, like a almost the same color, but just a little bit. I think it was more of a navy than the current color of the 91 All-Star.
Okay.
And then I was thinking about doing the flourish as the yellow because there's that yellow burst from the Skydome. I was going to keep the red the same.
Oh, okay. Hold on. It would help if I pull up what you sent me, right? So hold on. I'm here having you describe it. Meanwhile, it's just sitting in my inbox. All right, cool. So the original Skydome logo like that. So you want to go like you want to pull the yellow to
Yellow
pull it
for the
here?
burst, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The red can stay, and then the wording and everything that's the same can be that. That one looks more royal, but I think it was closer to navy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I remember it being like on a lot of t-shirts and buttons and stuff. And we're just going to spare you guys a little bit of time here. We're just going to color in the side patch. There's a lot of little small fine details. We ended up pulling the yellow in the original Skydome logo. And yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this episode so far. Make sure you guys are dropping a like on the video and comment what you think so far. All right, and then you want to keep the same front logo?
Yeah.
All right, so for this original flat version, there's one with like a really, really light blue, and then there's one with like almost like a teal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a preference?
The one in the side patch looks almost like the teal, doesn't it?
Kinda, but like in the, all right, let me show you what I'm talking about. Because like the old one, like the exhibition Blue Jays, 1977 Blue Jays, they played with almost like a sky blue.
Oh,
See
yeah,
it?
yeah, you're right.
And then the Jays that we probably are more experienced with, like the 92, 93, they had like almost like a turquoise.
In the raised, you're right.
Right? And then there's this version. I don't know why all the changes, but I mean, I guess it just kind of happened over time. Yeah, this one is pretty much the same color.
Yeah, that.
So I guess my question is do you want it more closer to that blue or that blue?
No, the last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me pull it. All right, so you say he was your great uncle.
Yeah.
What side of the family was he on?
So he is on my dad's side of the family.
Okay.
I'm not actually like, he was my grandmother's cousin, but we always said my uncle. Didn't see him a ton growing up, but definitely he was always talked about.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Last name Snow. Not to be confused with Jon Snow.
No. And also another family member. I don't know if I told you this one, but my uncle Frank was also an electrician and did all the electrical.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that. Whole family built the Skyline. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for a place that has like, even just outside of that has meant a lot. As a baseball fan, you know, it's pretty cool to have that kind of connection.
Have you thought about how you want to do the Batman?
So I debated at one point because I was thinking of how to incorporate the audience into it, and it was either going to be with those eyelets or it was going to be within the Batterman, actually making the Batterman like a bronze.
We can do both.
We could do it as like a a broad, whatever color, if it's threading on the eyelets, whatever color that is, and then
yeah, so it'd be like this color.
Yeah.
And then what do you want for the left and the right? You can do them stone. You can do them black. You can do them. You can leave them as is.
We could. I kind of like it as it is there.
Yeah. And are you picky about flat raised, rounded flat?
No. They don't bother me.
All right. And you said Kelly under?
Yes.
Cool. White band or black?
I really like a white sweatband, especially if
But
I'm
you
at
want to
home,
wear it.
but I want to wear it. Exactly.
So if you want to wear it, it's got to be black.
It's got to be black.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel you on this point because
I
the
mean,
white looks better. A white
I'm
sweatband
really
looks better.
yeah, because like even though like I don't really sweat that much, but those white sweatbands still get discolored.
Dude, if you look at them funny,
Yeah.
they switch up on you. But
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
I've gone to Lids and picked up a hat to try on, and I've looked at it. I'm like, oh, somebody had this on their head.
yeah.
Probably only for 2 seconds, but you can see it.
So that's our stab. At the audience, I don't know how you feel about it. I think it's pretty cool.
I like
Cool
it.
hat. Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you like it, I like it. So we're gonna save this part. All right. So version 1 in the books. Now I'm gonna take a stab at doing the same design, but my interpretation. So hopefully you guys are liking this video so far. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so when we're looking at a piece like this, I kind of want to make the gold be the logo.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's cool.
there's going to be a lot of silvers and there's basically two different golds.
Yeah.
There's a metallic gold rush and metallic gold. And silver. And yeah, let's just jump right in. Okay, so
one is more yellow, right?
Yeah.
One comes up more yellow.
Yeah. And when the metallic gold rush is like a lighter kind of one. So now I'm questioning in my head, should I leave the red in there and turn that to metallic red? But let's do this first. So all right, now it's my turn to take a stab at this design. Basically, I used two types of metallic gold, metallic gold rush, as well as metallic iris and metallic red in the front logo. I ended up changing a few things on the side patch and making the blue on the cap a little bit darker. And I think I threw stone in the white front panels instead of having them white, and darkened the back part of the crown. So hope you guys like what we did so far, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. All right, there's option 2.
Nice.
How do you feel about it?
I like it. It's different, but I really do like it.
Yeah, we'll see how the fan voting goes, and we'll get the store's input. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it gives more of a hook to the statue in the sense that we're trying to hook it in the front of the hat a little bit more. But
yeah, it's definitely hooked more to the statue than the full stadium itself.
I think your version looks better though. But we'll give me a couple hours to kind of ponder it and kind of like look at them. I mean, right now it's still fresh off the drawing board.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think we made something really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. You had sent me some pictures of the great Christine Sinclair. Now, admittedly, I'm not the biggest soccer fan. I do respect the sport. I do play a lot of FIFA in the past. But yeah, why did you choose her as a subject matter?
she's just somebody that I grew up playing soccer,
Okay.
and she's only a few years older than me, so I have followed her for quite some time. The 2002 Women's World Cup, the under 19 Women's World Cup that was hosted here in Canada, um, was a really like special tournament. I didn't get to go into any games, but I do remember watching a lot of them. And although the women lost to the United States, Canada
Hmm.
lost to the United States in the final. It was a huge tournament for the team for soccer in Canada, and kind of catapulted Christine Sinclair into kind of the stardom and the face, being the face of the team um, that she is now. There's a photo back from the 2002 tournament. Yeah, she's just an incredible player. I've been lucky enough in the 2015 Women's World Cup that was here, and whenever the team has matches here, I've been lucky enough to work with them a few times. So I've gotten to see her, to see how she is as a person, as a player. Um, and yeah, she's just all around a pretty amazing person. And, you can't beat her accomplishments, 3-time Olympic champion, 2 bronze, 1 gold, highest goals of any soccer player, male or female. There's
Hmm.
190. Ronaldo's at like 122, and I think Messi is about 103. Most capped active international soccer player. She's had over 300 appearances for Canada. Um, Scored at 5 World Cups. Hopefully, at the time of recording this, World Cup in Australia, New Zealand starts next week. Hopefully, she'll be the first to score in 6.
6 World Cups.
6
Damn.
World Cups. Yeah.
But she's been playing for at least 24 years.
She made her debut with Canada at 16 in 2000. Yeah.
Right.
so 23 years.
Okay.
That's a
Good stuff.
lot of World Cups,
A
and
lot of World Cups, yeah.
I'm really hoping that the team they have. I mean, I know that there's so many players who are incredible and never they finish their careers, never end up having won a World Cup. I truly hope that that's not the case, and I hope that the Canadian women can win this year.
Uh-huh.
They've got the team to do it. The U.S. is not the same team they were in 2015 and 2019. They're still a really good team, but they're definitely not the team that they were then. So I'm hoping that they can pull it off and she can finish her unfinished business.
Yeah, let's do it. I actually have my randomly. I have this handy.
Yeah,
Oh.
mine's just over there beside me.
So no name on it. So maybe I'll put a little number 12 on it. But
Nice.
for now, let's get started. So for
Sweet.
her I guess her regular club she plays for, right, is located over here in Portland.
Yeah, she plays for the Portland Thorns in the NWSL. So that was actually her school, the Portland Pilots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 2002 was actually a really huge year for her because that World Cup happened here in Canada, and the Portland Pilots went on to win the NCAA championship. She scored the winning goal in double overtime,
Okay.
and won them the championship.
All right. So one
But
thing that okay.
you are right, though. She does play for the Portland Thorns in the NWSL.
Okay.
She's, I think, the only player in so the NWSL is the National Women's Soccer League. And I think other than her and Megan Rapinoe, I think they're the only 2 players who have stayed with their original team since the league started.
Okay. So
Yeah.
one cool thing, because again, we're always like interested in the world of hats, on like how we're gonna hook this and how we're gonna make it tie together. Um, I'm not a big fan of like let's just pick the letter of her name and go, because like to me like the symbolism doesn't work.
Yeah,
So her having such strong ties to Portland, and the Portland Beavers being
yeah,
really really popular,
yep,
and the beaver being the kid like the quote
exactly.
like the Canadian national symbol, I think it's
Yep.
like the obvious
Mhm.
hook.
Mhm.
So let's play a little bit. I mean, it sounds crude, but let's play a little bit with these beavers. um, what are you thinking? Are you liking um the word marks? Are you want to use the beaver itself? What are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning towards the beaver itself, I think.
Okay. Do you want any of them to say Portland? Like, I think one of these P's with
Mhm.
like the Portland on the side will look cool.
Yeah,
Either or an older P, or like a
with
Portland with
that,
the
yeah.
older one. Kind of reminds me of Roots too, right? Like Roots used the beaver
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, with their beaver on the log.
Yeah, yeah. So um it's up to you. I think the word beavers is a little too much.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um I don't mind this one. It
Yeah,
does look kind of old and cheesy though, and I don't. But I would,
that's that's what I was thinking too. I kind of wish they had a script kind of like how that Beavers is,
yeah,
that said Portland,
yeah. But I mean, like having
but
like a really simple P,
mhm.
or the beaver with the P is kind of cool at the front, and a thing
I
of
like
this
the
at the
beaver.
side.
I like the beaver with the P.
This one, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you want to do this one as the side and this one as the front?
Mhm.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
let's do that
All right,
for sure.
let's do it. Okay, how are we gonna color these bad boys? You thinking Canada red, or are you thinking more Portland colors, or
Oh, so the pilots are purple, but the thorns are actually red.
aren't they're red? Okay.
Yeah, the team that she plays for right now, they're red and black.
Oh, that works out. I was thinking of Portland MLS, and they're green, but
Yeah, no,
they're totally different teams. So
yeah.
pardon my ignorance
They,
there.
so quite a few of the MLS teams kind of do have the same um, ownership,
Mm.
and so the ownership, at least it was, I don't know if it still is, the ownership for the Timbers and the Thorns was the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be perfect, but you get the idea. All right,
Yeah,
all right. So,
good
so
enough
you said,
for our purposes.
yeah, you said red and black.
Yeah, yeah. And the current Canada jerseys are actually red and black now too.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Let's color the hat first.
One of the semi annoying things about soccer, but they gotta make their merch money somehow is
They always change their kits. They
every
always
year,
change their kits. Yeah,
every year is a new kit.
yeah. You thinking red, black two tone, white front panel, all red, all black. I mean, how you gonna do it?
Um let's try all red. Let's see
All
where
right,
that goes.
that didn't work.
Might pivot to all black, but we'll see.
So that's what we're looking like, all red.
Yeah.
And then, oops. And then this bad boy. You thinking some silvers in here, some blacks, some reds?
Yeah, definitely some silver would be cool. Like in the fill of the P.
Mm-hmm. You read my mind there.
Maybe black outline, red hat.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
the hat that it's on. The hat on the hat.
That. The hat on the hat. Maybe red jersey?
Yeah. Red jersey, black hat, or red jersey, red hat?
No,
Is it enough of a? Oh, yeah, because it's on the red. Maybe it won't.
yeah, well, I think black hat's the way to go.
Okay.
But I think, I think you could even get kind of crazy and maybe even do a purple jersey to kind of shout out Portland a little bit. I mean, you can make it red too. You can make it silver, but it kind of just blends in.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I
think red works.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks pretty bitchin'. I want to make sure I didn't miss that silver part up here.
Well, what if the P was purple?
The P was purple? Now you're getting crazy.
It would change. It would change the jersey color, but no, purple. Nah.
Yeah, I don't really.
No.
It's kind of Raptors-y.
Yeah. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, wait, no.
I think the silver is good.
Yeah.
I think the silver is good because it's not white.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about the under? Probably green, right, for the grass?
Yeah. Classic Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, like right now, it's like everyone's scared to make a hat that's not gray or green under.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. Like, it's kind of moving away from.
It's so hard. Like, I like a colored under, but it really does have to make sense. There's a lot where they're just throwing a color just to have an extra color, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Leaving them as grays and greens, like it just
makes it breathe. Yeah. You just let your shit breathe a little bit.
Yep.
All right, what are we doing here? Silvers. So we could do some red, some black.
Yeah, let's do.
So this could be silver.
Yeah.
The bat, you want to make it like a gold or a copper color?
Yeah, let's do that.
You like gold or copper?
Let's go gold.
Why are you being annoying? There you go.
We can make the jersey red again and the hat black, and the other sleeves black.
All right.
That way they kind of match.
Yeah, let's get the black in here. Punch the black in. All right, quick fast forward here. We are coloring the side patch. We're basically taking the blues out, adding the red, changing the navy to black, and then the baby blue becomes silver. So hope you guys are enjoying the video so far, and let me know in the comments what you think. Are you sold on the red hat?
Not totally.
Okay, so let's address that before we move forward. All right, so we could do. Let me zoom
What
out a
if
bit.
we did it a black hat and then we changed the hat on the front logo back to red?
We could. You're gonna dull out the outline now.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
you are. You're
we
right.
could change the outline. So the other option would be to kind of color it like a Canada flag.
Yeah.
So the other option would be do a white front
White.
panel. I don't know how much you do or not. I don't know how much you would enjoy that, but it would be. Uh, it'd be white like that.
Mm, what do you
We
think?
could turn this into a two-tone as well. That'd be the other option.
True black crown, red visor.
Or red
Or
crown,
red
black
crown,
visor.
black
Yeah.
visor. Okay. Let's try that. Let's see what a black visor would look. Because it would pull off the. Okay. I like that a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. That way it's not just all red.
Yeah. It was a lot of red, especially with the jerseys being red.
Mm-hmm. And then like the beaver itself could be, we can switch them to like a copper, so there's like a little bit more color pop. Whoa, chill. It'd be like a little copper guy.
Ooh, yeah.
Just give him that little bit of toner.
Yeah.
I think it's a good hat. It kind of looks like a Portland Trailblazers hat, but we're not. For legal purposes, this is not a Port. This has nothing to do with Portland
That's
Trailblazers.
not even what we're going for.
So I don't want to hear it. Yeah, this is not. It's Canada.
Yes.
All right. You good with that one?
Yeah.
We can build it on the 4-piece now. So the World Cup is in Australia this year. Watching is gonna be a fucking pain in the ass, no?
Yeah. Although, um, working at 6 a.m. has its benefits, so I might be able to have it
in the background.
Well, not that I'm admitting to go that I'm going to go put
No.
in a picture. Yeah. Their first game next Friday is at 10:30 at night.
That's not too bad.
And then the other one is, I believe the other two are at 6 a.m. The group stages, which is not like 6 a.m. isn't horrible when you think about it, but
no.
Yeah,
So it's funny how they changed the liquor laws to reflect.
Yeah. We're gonna be able to go in and starting at like 4 or 5 in the morning. They're not even gonna close.
You want to do the silver?
Yeah.
And then black for the blue.
Yes.
All right, cool. I remember being in America for the last World Cup.
The men's World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men's. And then it was like my last day in Cali, and we went to like go get breakfast, and everyone was already drinking beers because like the USA game was about to start, so we ended up watching a bit. So I got to see U.S. versus the U.K. in
Oh,
the
nice.
U.S., which was interesting. Everyone had all their America gear out, and
Yep,
they,
yep.
they were doing their drinking and stuff. So that was kind of cool for
Yeah.
me to
I
see.
was I was doing a road trip. Um, we did Detroit and then both Chicago stadiums in 2015. Because once Canada was eliminated, I was back. Um, and so I got to watch the final. We were in Chicago, um, and I watched the final in, I forget what the name of the bar was, but it was one near where we were staying. And yeah, it was pretty crazy to see the U.S. win um, in a huge packed bar. They go crazy.
Yeah, they like the soccer, man. I think for soccer to do well, if America's good, that
Hmm.
helps everything. Because I feel like sometimes when it's like they don't have like someone to rally behind,
Hmm.
the sport kind of suffers. They have
No,
this like we're better than everyone, and like that's a cool attitude to have. But
yeah, they're working on. I mean, Christine Sinclair and a couple of other players are spearheading it. They're working on trying to get um, our own domestic league. We're one of, I think we are the only top 10 country in women's soccer that do not have a domestic league,
it makes no sense.
which is crazy because you can't develop
Yeah,
players from the ground up, right? So
well, they have nowhere
hopefully,
to go. Well, you're forcing
well,
all these talent to leave.
they're playing in Europe, um, they're playing in England, they're playing in Sweden, they're playing in the NWSL in the States, anywhere but here.
Yeah, that sucks. And off
Hope,
topic too. I hope we get the WNBA team
yeah,
in
that would be
Toronto.
really cool. That would be really cool.
All right. So now, Cat 3. What are we doing?
Style,
Huh?
freestyle.
Freestyle? All right. What's your favorite? Like? Let's talk about it. What's your favorite like logo you want to see? Do you have any? Um. Uh, I mean, you sent me something that I'm thinking about possibly seeing a solar eclipse in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do something little freaky Buffalo with some eclipse colors. We could do a bison's with like your favorite J. We could do whatever. What are you thinking?
I think doing something that would be cool, kind of eclipse related.
Yeah.
Yeah, so April 8th next year.
All
Um,
right.
hopefully the Bisons are at home because they're in the path I just saw of a solar eclipse. Um, so that'd be pretty cool to be watching the game as that's happening.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite bison's logo?
Um,
I can pull them up.
yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
So these are the kind of the easy ones we could work off of.
I mean,
Um,
I'm a sucker for with my last name being a B.
mhm.
That really big block, that block B.
This one.
Yeah.
I like the combo of this in the front and this on the side.
Hmm.
That I do not mind. You want to do that?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do it.
Perfect. So, what color is a solar eclipse typically?
Um, that's a good question.
I have no clue. There's a lot of things I know about. I just know that you shouldn't look into them directly. And I remember
Yeah.
a certain
Well,
president
it
looking
ends up
hard
like
into it.
it's more of a so it gets orangey.
Okay.
It gets orangey as the sun or the sun passes behind. Well, so there's two, right? There's when the sun passes in front.
of the moon or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's look this up. So we're not. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's people like freaking screaming. You dumbasses don't know what a solar eclipse is? No, I don't. Not exactly. All right, so solar
Yeah.
eclipse is when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. So it would be cool if we kind of made the bee look like an eclipse, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I think the bee, if we get like a yellow in the bee and then an orange
Mm-hmm.
around it, and then
Mm-hmm.
fill the inside with black, I
Yeah,
think
that would be cool.
that could be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so real life hook here. Everyone's witnessing.
Happening in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be cool.
All right, so I like the orange we have, so let's pull
And I
that.
like that the ball logo is like a sun.
Yeah.
Play off that.
Yeah, we could do that too. So,
Yeah.
all right, so let's get like a yellow.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah.
Time lapse time. We basically are coloring in the bee right now. Really riveting stuff, I know, but basically we went for like a almost like a gradient type coloration, yellow to orange to red to almost a rust color. But yeah, had a lot of fun doing this. It's funny. He's part of the eclipse, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of like it how it is. Because it's got the orange in it.
Yeah, he's got the orange, he's got the black, he's got almost like the rust, but it's brown.
Yeah.
Maybe the stitching on the ball is the only thing that I can really. The ball itself.
What would you want to make that?
I don't know.
It's your cat banging.
Yeah, he is. He's being dumb, trying to get food out of his auto feeder. Would it look weird being yellow?
I don't really think so, but yellow against white maybe is kind of rough sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
This is pretty damn cool.
I was gonna say this is looking pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I told you. Don't stress the freestyle. We'll come up with something. The universe speaks to us.
Yeah.
Because like wherever you were to see that tweet,
right, gave me
inspiration. Exact moment. Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty badass. All right. What color under? Orange?
Ooh. Or do we do the visor orange? We do it a two-tone. Or do you think it should be all black?
I feel like it
should be all black.
Should be all black, but
yeah.
I mean,
orange under would work.
Orange under, yeah. there you have it.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Eclipse coming to a Buffalo near you. April 8th. Be on the lookout.
You're in the path.
Eclipse happening. April 8th. It's so cool, like, because I'd never been to a game before, so I recently got to experience it.
Mhm.
Man, like, you can literally hit a home run
Yeah.
all into Canada if you get a hold of it.
Facts. It's super close.
But yeah, I'd love to schedule a trip if we can get these hats made and we all go down there. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, if
pretty
it
cool
all aligns in our favor.
Yeah, but yeah. Anything that you want to promote or anything? Where can people find you before we sign off?
You can find me on Instagram at Nick Burk. Nothing to promote at this time.
Okay. Well, Nick, you've been a great friend to me, a huge supporter of everything I do. So I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you so much for taking the time and enjoying this process. I hope we can get these put into production really, really soon and on our heads, because I think we created some cool stuff tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
All right, Nick. Until next time, we're signing out. And there it is. We created 4 really cool hats in a very short amount of time. Hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Let us know in the comments which of these hats are your favorite. Some things you would have done differently. Some things you enjoyed about it. But yeah, hopefully this was time well spent for you guys. Nick was an awesome guest. We ended up creating 4 really different hats. I know the first 2 were kind of similar, but it was interesting to see her take on it and then my take on it. And then the Christine St. Clair hat with the Portland Beavers, I think is a killer hat. And then the Eclipse hat, the one that we freestyled, was a really fun and interesting thing. We hooked it based on a real life event, and hopefully we get to go to that game April 8th because the Eclipse is in the path of Buffalo. So that'd be really cool to kind of check out and experience. But only time will tell. But yeah. Again, shout out to our sponsor of the episode, Pro Image Sports Colorado. You'll be able to pick up these hats very, very soon, as some of them are already been put into production. So that's exciting. And then until next time, make sure you guys are liking the video, subscribing, commenting. It really means a lot to me that you guys do that. It helps me build the channel and pushes me higher in the algorithm. And yeah, episode 6, Leon in the Lab. I can't believe we're already at episode 6. But, till next week, I'm out. Peace.
Brought to you by VFTV.